All right, welcome back, everyone, to the daily briefing. There's always a ton to go over, but a few things I do want to touch on is Oracle Daily Alerts. Okay, Oracle Daily Direction Alerts is a daily newsletter that, a lot of you might be familiar with Oracle. If not, definitely check out the trial. Get the trial. You can try it for 7 days, see what you think of Oracle. Now, what's cool about ODDA, as we call it, Oracle Daily Direction Alerts, is it adds I guess you would say a human touch. So we've got an analyst team that then breaks down the 15 Oracle stocks and then gives you what they consider is the best opportunity of the day. Today's was SRNE. Many of you, if you've been on these lives, I don't know how many. I know going back to that day it traded 500 million shares a month or so ago. I feel like I've said SRNE on these webinars 6,000 times. But that being said, this is just an example. Crown V6 made, in at 1505, out at 1665. Exits. Just a killer trade here. And then let me show you. So I want to show it to you from this morning. So you can see right there, this is the commentary. In recent days, shares of Sorrento have surged 38, 32, 35, and 20. Former runners, okay? That's just something I talk about in the Steady Trade team all the time, okay? So former runners, stock holding near highs, tends to break out all the time. And then you can see there was a buy signal at 1566 with a target at 1738 and then a stop loss down at 1467. Now, again, that's what's cool about ODDA is it uses the Oracle support and resistance levels to then plan that potential trade for you. So very cool. We just got a bunch of tweets on that. Nice to see. And then the cool thing is, again, speaking of SRNE, this thing's holding the highs. Definitely, this is something we'd look for into that end of the week spike. So the reason I also bring that up is many of you might have seen this link, but we just hit 100,000 followers on Twitter. So we've got a sale on ODDA. And actually, it's funny, this video, I believe the video on here, I talked about the call on Kodak. Ended up being a great call on Kodak. So definitely check that out. Solid play, solid idea, and get the sale. 20% off. You got no. And here's the thing with ODDA, try it. Take advantage of the sale. If you don't use it, if you don't like it, you can always move on. But I think it's just, especially, it goes to one of those situations I talk about so much in that one of the biggest issues is there's so many tickers out there. There's too much to watch. And that's the great thing about ODDAs. It takes it down to a small list. All right, next thing I wanted to talk about is MCRB. Hey, number one, crazy mover this morning. Okay, I know a bunch of people that traded this, but the big thing, it also halted a lot, halted to the upside, halted to the downside. Man, it can be really hard to trade these halt plays. Now, if you were here this morning, I took the conservative approach. And I said at 8:31 a.m., higher float, huge move, big volume, I say wait for an afternoon VWAP hold. It's currently holding VWAP right now. Okay, this could still spike in the afternoon. But with stocks like this, and I know I'm a broken record, but man, it's so much safer to wait till the afternoons because, I know you're looking at it and you're like, it went from 20 to 30, but it halted a lot, was scary, tough to get in and out, tough to get executed on. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with these wild movers, nothing wrong with waiting till the afternoon, especially if, and this is something I bring up all the time, especially if you're part-time, if you're a part-time trader or you're under the PDT, if If you're under the PDT, I think the odds are so much better in the afternoon. All right. Speaking of afternoons, let's see what we got on scan for ideas going into the end of the day. Nothing real high volume. MCRB just dipped below VWAP, so I would look for reclaims of that. Let's check on the breakout scan. Apple, of course. You know, this is an idea we've talked about a lot. I mean, remember, Apple's got that split coming up. I think there's just a lot of people that are buying in anticipation of the split. And, you know, I think that once Apple splits down, it's just going to continue trending higher. I think that that's going to open up opportunity for the Robinhooders to get in. You know, people with small accounts are going to love the fact that they can, you know, I mean, you still can't trade Apple with a really small account. I mean, it's still going to be $100-ish a share, but at least it's way more accessible than $450. CLSK. Oh, this might be our main. So CLSK had some news this morning. Great volume today. How's Plug doing? You know, I still think the hottest sector is the EV stuff. Plug is holding here as well. How did WKHS had earnings? Fading. Okay, WKHS had a decent little red to green move. They did miss on earnings. Dang, I tell you, you know, you never marry a trade, never stick to a trade, but, man, I still think WKHS has some juice in it. Especially this is a stock that gets mentioned a lot. They put out a ton of press releases, probably an ignore for today. Was a decent little red to green this morning, but other than that, kind of been fading. How are Riot and Mara doing? Kind of nothing. What's Bitcoin doing? The problem with Riot and Mara is they basically just follow Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's back to going sideways, and so are Riot and Mara. So, all right, give me a few questions, and then let's CHGG. Good time to buy a dip. I don't see any reason to buy dips on Chegg. Wait for red to greens. Wait for new highs. Don't try and guess bottoms, okay? Listen, if you guys are on these lives, you know I'm very bullish Chegg as we go back into school. But don't try and guess bottoms on these things. Buy strength. Buy red to greens. Buy breakouts. Don't try and guess bottoms. Look for red to greens. Late day VWAP holds. Breakouts, etc. I mean, this is a point I make all the time. This market is so bullish. You don't have to play guessing games. Look for strength. Hoth, what's Hoth doing? No, Hoth is dead. Well, okay. If Hoth manages to really go wild, but looks dead to me. It spiked early and it's basically done nothing but fade all day. So Daniel says, I love stocks to trade. Thank you, Daniel. Great question. Is Oracle Alerts available alone or only with the STT package? That's actually the cool thing about Oracle Daily Alerts. And again, hit that link in chat for the sale. Oracle Daily Alerts is a standalone product. So, hey, you can use Oracle Daily Alerts. You know, maybe you're maybe you're, using, I don't know, whatever for charting. Personally, I think, obviously I'm biased. I think you should be using stocks to trade. But if you're using some free charting package, whatever you're doing, you can still use ODDA because it is standalone. You get that email, you can then make your trade decision based on that. Love Apple and Facebook. What brokers let me trade after hours? Number one, if you're a new trader, I don't think you should be trading in after hours. Okay? So you might not like that answer, but it's the truth. If you're a newer trader, avoid after hours. You might win here, you might lose there, but things go bad really fast in after hours. That being said, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade, just any of the, I guess I would call the big brokers will let you. Now, if you're using some free sketchy website broker, it probably won't let you, but I would always steer you towards Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers will let you trade from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. So, apps. How's apps doing? This is one we talked about this morning. Slow mover, but I do like apps on the breakout. Is RKT a good swing trade? So I'm going to finish on this. Please, if you're looking for, a higher quality, stock that's not going to make crazy moves like Kodak or like MCRB, okay? This top of my list. I think this was a great move by Dan Gilbert going public right now. Mortgage rates ridiculously low. Market crazy hot. So I just think, again, I think this is a killer idea. Look for red to greens and new breakouts all week. Simple patterns, okay? Look for red to greens and new highs all week. I mean, market's rocking. Mortgage market's rocking. IPOs are hot right now. Now, as always, I wouldn't be looking to buy this when it's red on the day. Get out of that mindset of trying to pick bottoms or guess bottoms. Red to green, that shows the buyers are in control. New 52-week highs, that shows the buyers are in control. You want to, in a market like this, and write this down, okay? In a market like this, you want to be buying when everyone else is buying. Why would you want to be buying when everyone is selling? When the stock's red on the day, when the stock's on the low of the day. Losers buy losers in this market, okay? Now, it might change tomorrow, okay? But since the stay-at-home order, we've never seen anything like this. The volume, the moves, the multi-day, the multi-week, again, look at SRNE. A year ago, no way in hell would SRNE still be up, what? What is this, like, 1,700%? I can't even do the math. This was $1 stock. Or $1.50 or $2.50 stock before May. And it's at all-time highs. And it's breaking out. That's what you want to look for. Don't try and guess bottoms. Losers buy losers. Winners buy winners. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Definitely check out that sale on ODDA. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know when it's going to end. I know that sounds salesman-y, but I think it is ending soon. So check it out. Again, it comes in your email. It's a great way to focus on one specific stock of the day, and you get to save a little money. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. I hope to see you in the Steady Trade team, as always. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 Eastern.